Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the Resonance Podcast. Coming to you guys live from, you guys already know where, from the range. My name is Maddie.
And I'm Logan.
And we are joined by some very special guests here today. As you can tell, we are joined by the band Archer O. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and say hello?
Archer.
Okay, hi, I'm Archer, or Noodle from Archer O.
I'm Pedro, play drums for Archer O.
Diego, I play lead guitar for Archer O.
And Juan.
How you doing? Very nice to have you guys all on the show. Sorry about that wait there at the beginning. We were having some technical difficulties, but the rest of the show, I assure you, will be fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic is what the rest of the show is going to be, because we have some great questions planned for these lovely band members today. And we also have some questions that we're going to be reading off in chat as well. But I guess we can go ahead and start off with one of our sort of textbook questions that we open up with here. In the event of, I'm sure you guys have heard the recent global pandemic that's been going on. What has been one of the biggest challenges for you guys when it comes to, or maybe even adjustments when it comes to no longer doing live shows, performing music in front of people?
I think there's something that I'm just worried about right now is since we haven't been practicing, I haven't really been singing with them. So it's I'm like, oh, I just know that when we finally get back together to play and rehearse, I'm like, we're just gonna suck. We're gonna sound terrible. All of our skills are gonna have atrophied away.
Yeah, that goes for everyone. Just the singing quality's gonna suffer. I don't even have a bass amp here at my, so I don't get to sing. Get to sing at all.
I mean, I practice. I don't know if you guys can see, but the drums are right here. But it's definitely not the same playing by myself and playing with them when they're rehearsing together. I can try to put on a YouTube video of us playing, but it's just not gonna be like us. Just I don't know. It's just not gonna be the same. So it's, in terms of that, it's definitely taken a toll, because that stuff is kind of crucial to us, because every band needs rehearsal, but for us it was more than rehearsal. It's definitely a lot of us just hanging out a lot of the time and shooting it. But it's besides that, I mean I get in practice, but it's just not going to be the same.
Definitely. How about you, Diego?
Oh, well, yeah, as far as practice goes, I'll still practice guitar. I've been practicing guitar probably, if anything, a bit more, but I haven't been practicing the stuff with the band or really a lot of stuff that I play in the band. So I think it's just kind of coming back together as a group. That's going to be kind of maybe a challenge, but with enough time, it's just practicing again. It's just been forever. We're all social distancing pretty heavily, and everyone else should too. But no, it's it's been pretty ridiculous. But we're hanging in there,
We have the lovely internet to stay connected with everyone. So it's at least on that end, talking to each other hasn't been that bad. But it otherwise we just really miss each other personally, physically.
When the stream started, you guys mentioned you were doing some meetups online. Have you guys been doing that continuously? Have you been playing online games together? I know that's how we've been connecting with each other at the range. Not everyone's in here all the time, so we've been playing games online. But I just wondered what you guys are doing to keep interacting.
No, it's mostly just sending memes to each other.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Giving each other laughs, making sure we have some sort of sense of humor during this time.
Yeah, because I have an Xbox 360, no one has one. That's what I'm playing on.
Nobody's gonna hop on live on the 360, the old 360 real quick for him. Yeah, but I mean, recently we just started using Zoom and stuff to talk, and that's just been fun, wholesome.
You guys gotta get into Jackbox. I really recommend it. That's how we've
Jackbox,
been
yeah, Jackbox.
playing games together.
Oh, I know.
I don't
that
really
game.
like
server
Jack
wars.
Box. It makes me sad after I eat it, and like it's just really.
Oh my god. Real quick, I have another question before we get into some of these fan ones. You guys mentioned when you were passing through and on your tour here that there's a big backyard concert culture in California. I'm just curious to know like how that's evolved or dissolved or what's happened to that since everything
Dude.
going on.
It was like from what we've heard from the legends, it was like really cool in like 2014 and 2015, and then things kind of started going to shit in 2016, I guess, because of like, you know, this shit we're dealing with now, like sexual misconduct and stuff. Like a lot of bands, um, weren't good people, and like people were
Yeah.
calling them out, and so like, so bands either like blew like they gained enough clout, I guess, to break out of the backyard scene, and the ones that didn't were kind of being creeps. And I don't know, it was just a weird time. But hold on, I've kind of lost track. But
No
it
worries.
was, but when we joined in like 2017, like it was like this like weird time where it felt like it was healing and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know. By the time we got out of it, it kind of seemed really cyclical. Like things were just happening over again, like with bands
Yeah.
in that scene.
Repeating itself.
And then the pandemic kind of seemed to have definitely killed it. You know, like the rest of the music industry.
I mean,
Right.
there was like, I mean, not to the best option, obviously, but there were still technically shows happening around here in the local scene very briefly for like a month in May, I think.
Yeah.
When like technically stuff was supposed to be locked down, but people were throwing shows. But
Yeah,
like
some
that's
irresponsible people, irresponsible bands that were
yeah,
throwing
throwing
backyard
shows.
shows around then,
Yeah.
and we I don't know.
I stumbled
Yeah.
upon like on Instagram pretty recently.
Ooh.
Some people throwing shows in their backyard. They're having more shows.
Yeah.
Venue
Can
shows.
you guys hear? Can you guys hear him? I can't hear.
Cutting out
Cut
a
out
couple
just a
times.
little bit if you want
It's cutting out a
to
little
repeat that
bit.
real quick.
Get closer to your phone.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
I could just take these ones off, but
Let's see.
Mhm.
Okay,
Uh,
what?
I mean, and I guess I just like,
Is it better?
oh, is it better?
We're talking to you, Juan. Is it better? Hello?
I can't hear you guys.
It's a little muffled.
Yeah.
well,
We can just go ahead and
Well, I mean, I guess
for
just
that.
Diego, go for it.
yeah, adding on to like
Yeah,
I guess what Juan was saying, but adding on to what he was saying, like I mean, some bands or some production groups like did throw like a couple few, and like they weren't really condoned. Like that doesn't really reflect like most of the production groups around here, and like a lot of the bands they are waiting patiently. They are like taking their time to like let this pass and do whatever we need to do to like I guess all of us collectively keep playing music again. But but for the most part, like especially after May, like that like little series of like trial shows that they did, I guess it's been pretty much like shut down. A lot of people have just kind of been resorting to I guess people do stuff on Minecraft now too or something. They'll like do shows on Minecraft, like just stuff I thought I'd never see. But like but yeah, for the most part, at least for us, it's been pretty halted too. We've just kind of been like as of recently, I guess also trying to write some new stuff, kind of just planning for the future.
Nice.
But yeah, just moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Minecraft concerts are on there's a Discord server for it. It's Block by Block West, I think.
Oh wow,
There's a bunch of bands
course.
in there. It's I don't know, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand it, but like it
Block.
seems cool. But yeah, just kind of on that same note, you guys were one of the lucky bands that kind of had the opportunity to finish your tour right before everything went down. You
Oh,
and Red
yeah.
Bears, like
Yeah.
Honestly.
we
Yeah, we
recently
planned it
had
that way.
the-
We knew that they'd
Yeah.
shut everything
You guys
down.
knew?
Because we're actually from the future, you know?
Yeah.
Come to bring
No,
music.
but yeah, we did get lucky enough. We got lucky enough to stop by the range and go to
Yeah.
Houston and
Yeah, and meet
Appreciate
meet
that.
you guys, and have a swell time. That like I'm honestly so grateful for that whole period because literally we can't do any of that like right now.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
literally almost like a different. It's a literal different time in history. So
Yeah.
and
Maybe-
I've always
maybe
thought
one
of it at like a last concert like that, like
Yeah.
a lot of people went to.
Definitely some good memories to reflect on and hold on to from the recent past, but we should get into some of these fan questions that
Yeah,
are coming
there's a
into the
great
chat.
question
Matt,
that
you wanna-
I would like to highlight. There's a question from. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I think we need to discuss this one from Resident Weeaboo.
Okay, that's the one I was gonna. That's the one I was gonna bring up here. Actually, sounds like a very serious question. Hey Pedro, this is Carlos from high school.
It needs to be addressed. It needs
Okay.
to be addressed.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
This is from Resident Weeaboo, and this says, "Hey Pedro, this is Carlos from high school. When are you gonna give Frank his copy of Fire Emblem
Oh,
Awakening
man.
back?"
Shoot.
Throwing
Oh,
shots out
man.
here.
No, yeah, that's
Give it
that's a
back.
big, yeah, no, I need
Return it.
I owe him that. Yeah, I will get that to him as soon as I can. I will get in
Plus
contact with
Vig.
Frank.
Plus Vig.
Plus
Not
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I definitely have to get on that. I'm sorry, Frank. I definitely need to get you your game back.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Confirmed. Pedro will bring the game back. And now we have another question as well. One final one that I'd like to highlight here. This is from Andrew. I have a question. Would you guys ever go back to doing backyard shows for fun in the future, or would you guys try and move out of the scene just like KOTS are doing?
Well, I think it's at this point, and especially at the point that we were at before the pandemic hit, it wasn't at that point. It wasn't entirely up to us anymore. It was more political than that. Like there's like certain things that we were and weren't allowed to do in kind of like unspoken rule fashion. So like
Yeah.
if we were to do like a bunch of backyard shows or whatever, then like maybe some like people or promoters or venues might not take us as seriously, and like they might not book us anymore and stuff like that, because like
Yeah.
backyard shows, they're definitely really fun, and like that's where we cut our teeth, and like that's where we started. We really are grateful for those experiences, but like I don't know, like it's a lot harder to keep everyone safe at backyard shows, and like
Definitely.
and like I said, like it would affect us as well. So it's like if you see it, if like we were to play a backyard show, then it's like, well, we're just gonna keep on playing backyard shows forever,
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's not to say that we wouldn't ever do one ever again. There's a possibility of like a secret show maybe one day in the future, but
It's not a secret now
But,
that you told us, though.
well, I haven't told you the date
Or
the
where.
time, place, or
Man.
if it's or where or the area. But if hypothetically, if it were to happen, then maybe one day. But
Yeah. Well, kind of on that topic of not moving backwards and moving forwards with the progression of the music career, I guess. I remember there was a lot of joking between you guys and the Red Pears of like this being your first tour and that kind of thing. So kind of on that note, who would you want to open for you guys on the next tour?
Wow. That's tough.
I didn't think people were going to open for us.
if that's kind of a tough question, because like we don't consider ourselves like super big or
Even
anything,
that big, yeah.
but some two local bands that immediately came to mind that I think like have some awesome music, and like they're really cool guys. I like a couple bands. Like I think I would want to play, maybe not even just open for it, but but just to be on the same bill. You know, I think I would want to play with the Extrangers. You know, those guys are really cool. I think I'd want to play with Earringers again. We played a couple shows a couple years back with like the Groans. The Groans were cool to see, but you know, it's kind of like a tough question, top of your head.
Anyone else?
Yeah, shot out of the cannon. I want the Strokes to open up for us.
Definitely a good answer. That's the right answer right there.
Simple.
And then everyone has to stay. The doors
And
are
everyone has
locked.
to stay. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't leave.
You can't leave after the Strokes finish it. Let's address some of these other fan questions in the chat here. Here from Josh says, has it always been surf rock? Where does the influence come from? Have you guys played in other bands? And maybe does some of that influence from the other bands come into this new one?
Yeah, marching band.
Marching band.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Pedro and I
You were
were
in
in
drumline?
marching band.
Not
Pedro was in
together.
drumline. Well, yeah, but
Opposing schools.
there's actually a question in here from one of my old marching band buddies. His name is Eldrish. He was asking if I remember, and of course I do. Yeah. He played clarinet with me,
Nice.
and but
Hey.
that's not really
Shout
the
out to
question
Eldrish.
at hand. But
Yeah.
shout out LB is what we called him.
LB.
LD. His name is Eldrish.
Oh, LD. Sorry. Get a better mic.
But But I guess since music, well, anyway, has it always been surf rock? I would say no. You know, like it started off a bit more folky, but I don't know. Like I kind of wanted, I liked indie bands and like surf band. Like I got into surf rock in high school. You know, like I started listening to a lot of Dick Dale and like the Ventures. And then, when we played with when we played with Daikaiju, like I was like, wait, I've heard these guys before, and like I really got into Daikaiju, and we kind of tried incorporating that sound into the stuff that we play, and like the energy that they had into our shows, and like I'm sorry, what was the rest of the question?
Let's check back here. What have you guys played in any other bands before this one?
I'd say like from what I know, no, except for Archer. Technically, he did play in another band for a bit.
Jay was acting like Jokers in the Back Row never existed.
Oh, true.
Dang. That was a fluke. That was
Deep
a fluke. No,
no, don't call it that, dude. That's your past. That has
a whole page.
That's your first project, bro. Come on.
Ridiculous.
Entire Instagram page for it.
You can find it. Jokers in the Back Row. Put that in the chat or something. Jokers in the back row, and
why you gotta come for my neck like this? On a more serious note, though, as far as like my own influences too, it was really weird just because like I actually did used to play like a lot of metal and stuff, and I remember even like when I first came to the band because they knew I played guitar, they asked me to join and stuff, and like I was like just kind of playing shit that was not like what I play now, and he was like, oh, tone it down, and they just kind of had me do that. But it has been really, really strange just because I do listen to a lot of different music, and I think that sometimes comes out in the way that I play too. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I guess Joker's in the back row. Yeah, whatever. That's my pass. Fuck you. But yeah, I mean, I tried little stuff in high school too. I didn't really get along with other people that played music a whole lot. Like if I did, I didn't really like the music that they'd play. So like, this was my first like serious kind of pursuit to where we actually like would play shows and stuff and all that. But yeah,
that's a great transition
for me.
Into another question here from Zia, asking about how you guys formed the band. Asking about how you guys.
Well, it was
high school.
Yeah, we all went to high school together, so like it was pretty easy getting all together, you know, because like it was Pedro and I we kind of bonded a bit over like the similar music tastes, and like I knew that he played music in the in marching band, and I was like, well, hey, I did
Mhm.
that too at my old school. And then like I knew Diego played guitar, like I knew he was really good at guitar, and like Juan, like he would walk around school with his guitar, and I had like this huge boy crush on him. I was like, hey, you actually live really close to me, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, we should
Yeah.
jam. And he was like, okay, and then he showed up
Okay.
3 hours after I told him to show up, and yeah, because it was
The rest is history.
and the rest is history.
No.
Well, I think there's a very important question here in chat. This is from the YouTube police, by the way, so you guys have to answer this honestly. YouTube police says, thoughts on baked beans?
Oof.
Boston baked beans,
Any baked beans?
like the
I'm thinking about
candies?
those beans.
Those beans.
Those beans.
Thinking about those beans.
Thinking about
That's
those
all I have to
beans.
say about that.
Beans to beans.
I'm thinking
Beans-
about those
Boston
beans.
baked
Beans-
beans. Those are the
Beans
ones.
make her dance. Beans make her dance, bro.
Beans and make her dance.
Beans and make her dance, bro. That's what I think about baked
Diego-
beans.
Diego's eating beans right now. Look at him.
Right
Oh
now,
my
look at him.
God.
Look at him.
Eating beans on stream.
Oh, eating beans on stream.
Beans on stream, what?
Damn it.
Oh my god.
We have another question here from Amaya. She says, "What motivates you guys in your music production? Like, what made it spark?"
In the music production, do they mean like when we record it?
We can just assume that, yes. Unless
What,
she wants to.
what motivates us in that is our lack of money. So like we recorded all at my house with like really cheap equipment, you know, like we just try to do our best because I guess the spark would be kind of doing our best to record it and then listening to the playback and being like, you know, that's pretty decent. That's not half bad, you know,
Hmm.
and wanting
You know,
to
I think,
like,
we like that one.
yeah, that was pretty good. You know, just really rudimentary recording and like, I don't know, just wanting to get it out there is what motivates us. Just wanting it to be tangible and out there in the world, I guess.
And just wanting people to hear it and feel something.
Nice.
Definitely.
It's a good.
Well, Josh says, "When is the Range live session going to be on Spotify?"
You know, it can be on Spotify like as early as next week. I've just been lagging, honestly.
Oh, freaking dude.
Everyone
Shaving
wants to
my
hear
head.
Syrup. They're commenting on the video. It's
Oh,
it's
You know,
the
and-
quarantine anthem.
You know, I'm going to disappoint a lot of people, but yeah, I was planning on not putting Syrup on Spotify
Oh.
because you know what? I'm like that one's gonna be on the album, and I don't want it. Like
I don't.
I'm creating scarcity, I guess. So when the album
Yeah.
finally does come out, you know, like I don't want, because you know we already have Sophomore City and Easy Eyes out from the album,
Yeah.
and we're gonna put out another single from the album very soon. And so if Syrup's out, that's already 4 out of like 10, you know. So it's, I don't
Yeah, that
know,
makes
like
sense.
So
feel like
why
it kinda
don't we
takes
make
away
Syrup
from-
number 3.
Why don't you shut up?
Owned. Nice.
Completely owned.
Rip the YouTube.
We have another
video,
question
guys.
from Josh here too. He says, "Who's the primary memologist of the group?"
Me,
That's damn.
that'd be that would be your boy.
Are we pointing
Who am I
to
pointing
Diego?
Who you pointing
Who
to?
you pointing
Who
at?
pointing to?
I don't think it's me. I would say it's probably
No, I wasn't
Archer or
pointing
Juan,
at
honestly.
Diego.
Maybe Pedro.
I'd
think
probably
it's-
Archer
I
or
think it's
Juan.
Archer. I think it's
Just in terms of consistency, if we're talking about like sending the most memes, I'd probably say Archer and like Juan.
Mm.
If I'm gonna be honest, you know the really good ones, you know, I don't share them with Pedro or Diego.
I feel
That's
the same way
unfortunate.
about Matt. I
Bro,
can't even
what?
say anything, or else he's gonna
That's
steal the
unfortunate.
meme right from under my
Bruh,
hands.
It's true. It's true.
Listen, like if I find a really good one that has to do with like Star Wars or like something really funny, then I'll send it to the chat. But you know what, like the whole chat doesn't give me the reaction that I really want, you know. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna send this to Juan. I'm gonna send this to our friend Manny, and then you know that's
Yeah, well,
Granny
you
sends
guys
good
are part of the
memes.
Discord server now, and there's a spot for memes. So if anyone
Uh-oh.
wants to come see the memes you guys are
Okay.
sending, you can join the Discord server.
They're
Just
gonna
kind
be
of a side
expecting that
note.
now. It's part of the
Yeah,
rules
you,
of the
you guys gotta
server.
live up to the.
You want us to throw memes into the chat?
Let's do
To
it.
the chat.
Nah, dude, we follow private meme pages. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. I think I
Well,
might have
we have some other
saved.
questions here in chat. We should try to
Edgy
address.
memes.
Cheese Bubbles 19 says, "What are some venues/festivals y'all eventually want to play at?"
Freaking dude, I'd love to play at like FYF if that ever came back out here in LA. But you know that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know-
That festival happened like probably like 2017. And that's when like Frank Ocean was there and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah.
Not
Mhm.
last year.
No, that was the last year. Like if that had happened.
That was
Oh, yes,
last
yes.
year,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 2017. I remember that.
You must be clear with what you're saying.
Oh my
You-
gosh.
You know, at this point, for me, like, I think that sort of question, like, that would just be like me naming the festivals that I know of. You know, just the name. That would just be
Yeah.
naming names of like, oh, like, yeah, I think I've heard of that one. I'd be like, what, Bonnaroo? I've heard of that one. I've heard of,
Bonnaroo, yeah.
You guys gotta play Block by Block West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
That
next
should be at the
one.
top of the list.
I mean, I would personally want to. I really like festivals as a whole. I would probably want to play like Tropicalia. That sounds really cool.
Oh,
Like, I would like
yeah.
to be a part of
Heck
that.
yeah.
South by Southwest would be really cool too, just because we had a cool time when we went out to Texas. It would be cool to do it
Mhm.
again. And I mean, as far as like venues, I don't really know any, I guess, but but yeah, I mean that's probably it for me. I don't know.
I mean, we were gonna play the Terragram Ballroom with Tijuana
Oh,
Panthers
yeah.
back in
That was
March,
supposed to be cool.
but that
Yeah.
got canceled. But I wanted to play at the Terragram Ballroom. You know, I saw Ty
Mm,
Siegel
yeah.
there. I saw the districts there. I wanted to play there. I was gonna be like, yeah, me too. But then you know what? It wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Well, I think sort of continuing on from some of the previous questions we've asked, I think Logan asked what band would you guys like to open for you next time you tour? Let's go ahead and sort of continue on that thread while we wait for other people to ask questions in chat. Where would be the first place in the United States you would tour first, given the chance?
I think the East Coast.
I would also say like
I-
up north, honestly.
I think it would only
Like,
be logical.
Logical what?
What?
Cut out right as you said that.
No, go ahead, Diego. I talk.
oh, okay. It'll be logical, okay. But yeah, I would say probably like up north. I would want to go towards like San Francisco for sure.
Oh.
Maybe like Portland and Oregon. Definitely Seattle.
Nice.
You know,
Seattle's
just
a
like
good one.
yeah, I don't know. Like just a lot of these places seem really cool. They have really cool venues too that like I would personally want to play at as well. The names aren't coming to me now, but yeah, it seems really cool. And also, I've never really been up Northern California or like anywhere up north for that matter. So it'd be cool to just
Yeah.
check it out. You know, just see the sights along the way. I heard it's like just a completely different ecosystem than like Southern California. So it'd be really cool to kind of just be out there, honestly.
What about outside the U.S.? Or what's like the first on the bucket list touring outside the U.S.?
Maybe Mexico. I think Mexico
Yeah,
would be cool.
Yeah, maybe Canada too.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of. Gotta go play
Maybe,
in Vancouver.
Maybe Flangers from Chile. Maybe go to
True.
Chile, see
Oh,
what it's like
yeah.
over there.
Overseas.
cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
You don't have to go over any seas to get to Chile. You just go down,
Oh yeah.
Go
That's
down
landing.
south, and you go.
That's true.
You know,
It's a lot
I'm
of
sure there's a
driving there.
bridge somewhere. You know, but you can take a plane
One
overland.
Overland. There you go.
Isn't it the Panama Canal, right? That you would
Yeah.
cross the Panama Canal.
Yeah, I think so. One of those canals. I can't remember, but
The,
we do
the,
have.
the Strait of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
We do have another question here in chat from Andrew. Last year, you guys came out as Star Wars characters for a Halloween show. Who will Archero come out as this year or next year?
I don't think there is going to be a this year.
So that's why
Yeah.
next year.
Christmas character.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say too, just because I mean Star Wars
Okay,
was
so
very
next-
last minute that
Let
time
me see.
as well.
We had a whole
We probably could do like
we
Power
had a
Rangers.
whole list of possible.
That'd be sick.
Let me see.
You guys
I
dressed
think
up
we were-
as the.
we're-
We dressed up as
Yep.
Foster's Home, Imaginary
Yeah,
Friends.
yeah.
We dressed up as
The
yeah,
Star Wars characters.
and then when they had
Oh, we already did Christmas stuff.
yeah,
we did
when they
Christmas,
when you guys
but
had
we
Manny
didn't get to
skin.
play at the spot that we were promised we were going to play.
Yeah.
You could do
Um,
Easter next or Valentine's Day.
True.
Memorial Day.
I have a list of a couple of costume ideas that we were thinking
Ninja
about.
Turtles.
like-
Oh yeah,
First
Ninja
one is
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles,
That'd be dope.
and then
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
this one says sexy skeletons. I don't know how that would.
Man,
Nice.
This one says Nacho Libre characters. I think that would be cool.
Hey, yo.
We've done cowboys in the past.
Pirates,
This one says
too.
mimes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and
we did
pirates.
pirates. Yeah.
So we could be mimes.
oh, we
or
could be mimes.
different
Yeah,
foods.
different
or
foods.
the Wiggles.
Oh
the
yeah,
Avengers.
That would be
that's
a
easy.
legendary.
Yeah, costume. we play fruit salad. Part of our set.
Yummy.
hmm
That'd be amazing. Let's do kind of a lightning round of some of these questions left in chat here.
Uh
You guys don't mind?
Sure.
Ooh.
Let's-
Yeah, let's do
So first up, how do you guys come up with your lyrics?
Archer.
it. Archer.
Archer.
Yeah,
It's fun, Archer.
I come up with the lyrics. I would usually kind of like write like stuff based off of things that like I've experienced or like like experiences with people or like just feelings, writing about maybe not a specific person but like a certain feeling that you would get from different people
Mhm.
or I don't know, like maybe folklore or like stories. Like I don't know.
Like the Taylor Swift album?
It's not real.
Folklore?
I really wish I could understand what you just told me, but hey,
Album title: Taylor Swift. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
No
Yeah.
one-
He just,
no one
he
told
just
me
said it.
that there was like a signed reading of Taylor Swift. All right, like
All right, let's.
You gotta put it
but
Not wrong, I guess.
I don't know. I usually or like I'll write down like little phrases that I think sound cool, just because like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of I don't know. I like reading like short stories or like sometimes I'll like to read poetry. Like I took some poetry classes when I was going to college.
Nice.
Like I don't know. Like it kind of got me into it. And, I don't know. It's just kind of when I write stuff, I want to like I don't want it to just be like throwaway. Like I want the lyrics to mean something, and like
Definitely.
I really I prefer not to like explain them either because I want them to mean something to the listener. I want them to get like their own meaning out of them. So I don't know. I tend to avoid like pronouns and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I just don't want to make it about. I guess.
Makes
Nice.
sense. Let's get into this next question here. It says, what is the most awkward interaction you've had at a show?
I know we've had a lot. I know
Yeah.
we've had a lot.
He's gonna go pick out the old journal.
He's like, hold on, I have a list of this too.
Yeah,
like,
he's
next to
he
the-
writes
next to
about
the
his
Halloween
experiences.
costumes.
What
Got
about
the
that
separate
time?
Well, because I
books.
do have a journal, but this is just the tour that we went on, and like there was more. There was more shows that like have gone. Like maybe not awkward. There was this one confrontational experience when we played in San Diego, and the show was kind of whatever. But then afterward, this lady, she was blocked in her parking space by someone else's
Mm.
van.
Oh
And she was
yeah.
yelling at us about
Oh
it.
my
She was
gosh.
like, hey, can you go in there and find the person whose van
the
this
heck?
is and tell them to move it? And I don't know, we just didn't like how she was coming at us, so we were like,
Yeah.
no, like you do it, mate. I don't know. And
Oh
like
my gosh.
she was yelling at us. She was really mad. Like she was
Mhm.
like, she wasn't even in her car. She was like, well, I'm blocked in. I can't. We were like, what do you mean? Go inside and like.
Oh my god. There's definitely been some weird experiences here too at the venue. Like I remember one time, like after the show, all the audience had gone and we were helping pack up one of the band's equipment and everything, and they were getting ready to say goodbye. And they were going in for a handshake with Josh, and I thought they were going in for a handshake with me, and I went in and stole the
Oof.
handshake from Josh.
Whoa.
As Josh was going in to do the handshake too, so
Filthy.
we all three touched hands, and I just kind of like
Okay.
melted into the bed. I was like, okay, bye, sorry.
With something
I
like
don't
that,
know.
you have to own it. You have to
It's
own
true.
something like that. You have to be like, no, I'll come in right there too. It's
Cash
like,
in,
we'll get it
yeah.
all out of the way. We'll get it out of the way quickly, so we don't have to waste any more time. You know?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I just kind of froze and was like, I am so sorry.
Happens to the best of us.
Happens to them.
What about
okay.
that time in Texas when this guy offered us his to like sleep at,
Oh.
and then
Uh,
like after the when the show was
Uh,
over, like this dude was like drunk and he's like, "Hey, so where are you guys staying tonight?"
Aw.
Yeah, he just kind of
Yeah,
he just dry kicked us out of his house. Like,
Straight up.
yeah, he took his offer
it's like,
back.
because we went to his house, like we had all gone there, and he was like, hey, you know what, guys, mi casa es su casa, you know,
Yeah.
make yourselves at home, and then we're gonna go to the show, we're gonna have a good time, and then we're gonna come back here, and you guys are gonna sleep. And we were like, cool. And exactly that's what happened. We were at the show.
What after
Drunk out
he
of
heard the
his mind.
set?
No, like
No,
The show was over.
Okay, I
we
was
hadn't
like, that
even
would have been
played
tragic.
yet, dude.
All right, well, low-key what happened was we were chilling at his house, and then his wife came home, and then I don't know, like I immediately could tell, like as soon as, just the way she was looking at him when she walked in, I was like, oh, no, dude, we're not staying here tonight.
It's like he didn't get permission
like-
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but
Basically.
like he didn't address it, you know, he just like, at the show, he was like, where are you guys going to stay tonight? And we were like, well,
Well, I
who
guess
knows, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was fun.
That was
Real quick here too. Christina says, Diego, be honest. Who's your favorite roommate?
Oh,
Damn, no,
his
don't
neck
do
again.
this.
There's a
darn.
qualifier. You didn't say the qualifier. Say what's in parentheses. Yeah.
Dang.
There's a
Alright,
qualifier.
well-
She goes, don't say Ruth with this emoji.
What?
Say Ru-
What the hell? What?
Don't
Not
say
even
Ruth.
fair.
Sorry,
You're live. You
Alright,
have
well-
to say it.
you're
Alright,
live.
well,
You gotta do it
I'm-
live.
Alright, I'm gonna say Art. I'm sorry if you can't take the difficult answers, don't ask the difficult questions. If you
Art?
Oh
don't
my
mind.
god.
Dang.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Art's pretty cool.
tensions are. Yeah, that guy is awesome. Dang,
Pretty cool guy.
dang.
You know, you
Okay.
just hurt your own
Take
feelings.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Hate to live there now, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. I gotta lock the door. Actually, give me a sec. We're gonna
Okay,
come
we're
in
gonna
here.
rush in.
We're gonna beat my ass. There you go.
Oh,
Okay, we're good. I'm good for now.
We start.
If
We
I
hear some
panic in the
banging.
stream.
Blink
Yeah.
twice if you need help, and we'll call 911.
Yeah.
Actually, we would have to look
There you
into an
go.
alternative of calling 911. We don't call 911 anymore.
I'll
That's true.
blink twice and I'll go down there right now.
You gotta wear a mask though.
Oh,
True. I'll get my
Oh,
mask
okay,
and I'll
we're
go
good.
down there.
Well,
Real quick before we get into some of these other
Oh no, go ahead.
real quick before we get into some of these other fan questions, if you guys wanna, if you're on your phone, check on your laptop, or if you're on your laptop, check on your phone. But open up your Spotify real quick and let us know what you've been recently listening to.
Okay, that's all right. You want that, huh?
what if we don't have Spotify?
Apple Music.
Bruh.
Apple Music
All right, so then
will
take
have
out
to
your-
suffice.
Take out your billfold. You know, move all your dollar bills out of the way.
you recently
and then,
played.
And then, and then try to think about what you were listening. All right.
You're recently played in your library, just in general.
No, dude, I only have CDs.
Okay.
What's
You're
in
re-
your CD player right
yeah.
now?
What did you slide in right now?
I have to imagine all
Let
my
me see.
music.
Oh, you know what the last song that I was listening to is?
A ver.
Drought by Carpool Time.
Mm.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a
good
good
one.
one.
They're
That's a
exceptionally,
band.
exceptional
Shout out them.
artists. I like those guys.
Yeah, they're nice. They're super nice.
Yeah.
Really talented. Really talented. They were doing harmonies at the
Oh.
show, and I was like,
Oh, dude.
Why can't
Amazing.
we
I was kicking the ground. I was like, why can't we do that?
Sonic Waves.
Throwing some shade at the rest of the guys.
Super nice. Too.
hmm
Recently, I've been listening to the album Fuzz by Fuzz. You know, Ty Seagull's Fuzz project.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
I've been
one.
listening to that. That is a good one. I don't know. Like I'm kind of bad about it. I don't really. I paid this money to have all these songs available to me through Spotify, but I kind of listen to like the same couple of songs.
Yeah.
I
You
get
know,
that.
I listen to our surf playlist that I made. It's just a bunch of surf rock
Nice.
songs, like instrumental surf rock songs. I listen to that. I listen to I have this playlist full of music that's in like spaghetti westerns and stuff, like Ennio
That's
Morricone
cool.
music. You know, I don't know. I like that sort of stuff.
It's fun to play on the road.
Yeah.
It is fun. You feel like a cowboy. You know?
Driving through Texas, playing the
Yeah.
spaghetti.
No,
Western
I
playlist.
specifically put on that playlist when we were driving through the desert. You know,
Nice. Gotta get in character.
exactly.
A Western character.
Who's next? Pedro,
Yeah, the
Diego.
rest
What
of
do you
you
guys
guys.
listen to? Answer us.
Oh, what we've been listening to? Yeah, so I like a lot of psych stuff. So I've been listening to some Tame Impala. I really like Unknown Mortal Orchestra. So some of them too.
Good.
I don't know if you guys have heard of Cotton Moccasin either, but like he's a really good guitar player too. Like really interesting stuff. Some Ty Segall, Chaz Bundwick meets the Matson too.
Oh yeah.
They're really good
Star
too.
stuff.
Yeah, just stuff like that. But I got some more stuff over here. Yeah, I don't know. I listen to like a lot of random shit too. Like I was listening to some Junior Mesa. We played with them too. They were really
Oh,
cool. They were really cool
yeah.
to hear.
Really talented.
Honestly.
I was listening to a band called Arch Enemy too. They're like kind of like deathcore, death metal kind of stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like it'll come up every
They have
now
that
and
one
then.
song, Guitar Hero, Nemesis, right?
Yeah, they do have a song, Guitar Hero. Yeah, I really like their guitar stuff. I've been practicing more, so I was just kind
That's
of
cool.
like doing some of that
You're
stuff.
shredding
but-
again, Diego?
Yeah, I'm trying to at least. But
Yeah, he's
yeah.
learning Black Widow Laporte by John 5.
What? I can't.
It's a
I'm not even. I don't have an amp right now.
Okay.
I wasn't suggesting you play it. I'm just saying that you're learning it. I was telling you.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to play it right now. I was like, no, dude.
Oh my
No,
God.
yeah. No, yeah, but I am trying to learn that.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I hate it. It's so.
Have you been
it's so
practicing
annoying.
through Guitar Hero then, since you don't have an amp? How are you?
Oh
doing it,
no,
or
no.
just,
Just
like,
I
acoustic?
have my guitars and stuff.
Do Rocksmith.
Yeah, there's this game called Rocksmith. It has like
Yeah.
preamps in it and stuff. You just put it on a
It's a really
speaker
cool
too,
game.
and it sounds cool. Yeah, but yeah, just kind of been doing that. Just getting like custom DLCs and just learning random shit. That one song like being one of them. But it's been really cool. It takes a lot of the time out of practicing, like from actually learning it. You can just like
Yeah.
see the notes coming down, so it's cool. I can't read music either. I'm not like classically trained or anything. I don't have money or like the patience for that. So,
You don't need money
Yeah.
to classically train.
No, you don't. Yeah.
hmm
Mhm.
Mainly, I don't have patience. Yeah, but
Oh my God.
I guess I've been listening to a lot of I've been listening to this song called Guilty Conscience by 070 Shake. And they did she had that song remixed by Tame Impala, so I've been listening to that kind of on repeat. It's pretty good. And then I've been listening to I've kind of poppy my recently played, but I've been listening to Jaden Smith's new single that he put out, Cabin Fever. That's pretty groovy. And this other guy called Reggie Snow, he just put out a track with MF Doom. I've been listening to. That's called Cookie Chips. That one's been hitting my fancy real nice. But I guess more pop, more kind of hip hop popish stuff. I guess almost kind of like underground, what you would have heard on the radio, but just hasn't caught steam yet. But yeah, just that.
What about you, Maddie?
What about me? You know, I hate to say it. I'm gonna get a lot of flack in
I
chat.
already know what you're gonna say.
What
I already
am I-
know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna?
It's gonna be the freaking Taylor Swift album.
It's gonna be
dude.
the Taylor Swift album. I've been listening to that album.
Dang.
Dang. You know, I'm gonna get some flack in chat, but you know, it's a
Worth
pretty good
it.
album. Worth it, yeah. What about you?
Dude, let's see. Kind of reminiscing on concerts of the past. Maddie and I went and saw the Wallows at
Oh
a
wow.
venue here in Santa Fe, which is pretty close to us. So I've been listening to their recent album, Nothing Happens. Playing that pretty recently.
Nice.
Of course, Peach Pit, like all the time. I listen to them nonstop.
Cool.
But oh, and you guys, I listened to the whole
Hey.
discography before the interview, so.
And of course, you guys.
Well, definitely,
yeah.
it's got to be in there.
Good. Yeah,
Did my homework, you know.
yeah. It's,
Well, I mean, I
so
listened to you
what-
guys before you guys played the show here too, and I remember booking the show. I didn't know you guys were going to be playing until like afterwards, which it was a very pleasant surprise. Like,
oh, yeah.
the booker
Ooh.
was just talking to me about the Red Pears, and then he's like, "Hey, they have an opener." And I was like, "Oh, you didn't tell me." And then I looked you guys up, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a dope show. Like,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a good lineup." So it's definitely not something I'm just saying after the fact.
Getting played off.
I
like
was-
that,
I was a-
looking-
that was a fun show. Like, I was
Honestly,
really tired though. You guys remember I slept on your guys' couch.
Dude, I
do
know.
remember, yeah.
I have a picture of that.
That was I literally
Uh,
got that couch because I was like, what if they need a place to stay? Like I got it like I think the day or two before the show. So just kind of trying to prep. So I'm glad it got its use immediately.
We really appreciate everything.
Oh,
that was
wait.
done to- Okay, yeah,
There
show the
it
photo.
is,
Show the
there
photo.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Focus on the face.
What's the
There you go.
what's the name of that guy on what's the name of the guy on the Joe Rogan Experience? Jamie, the one who pulls up the photos.
I'm not sure.
I don't
I don't watch
listen to the
that.
Joe Rogan Experience.
I don't know.
because-
That guy's everywhere.
Neither do I, but like, it's not like a whole like meme. It's like pull up the photo, Jamie, or something. I guess I shouldn't be quoting memes I'm not familiar with. That was
Alright,
Yeah,
my
dude.
bad.
I thought you were supposed to be the memologist of the band.
Yeah, we're not the meme
Come on.
experts here.
Well, it's between me and Juan, who's like deciding that he doesn't want to be here or something. I don't know.
Whoa.
I know it's just two spinning squares at the moment.
Oh no.
Come on, bro. Come on.
He's become abstract.
Become
right.
one.
Yeah.
Ah.
He
Nice.
left the call.
We've lost one, fellas.
We lost
Oh.
Juan. Yeah.
We lost. Oh,
Nice,
no.
nice.
It messed up
Definitely.
the stream
Yeah,
overlay.
Messed up
Now
the
I'm in.
overlay.
That's
Yeah,
in the
Sorry,
chat.
we'll have to add him back in. Yeah. Well, I guess this was in reference to the awkward encounters at shows, but somebody was asking if you remember when Juan body checked that one dude during Passiflora.
Oh yeah.
I remember
Heck
that.
yeah.
You maybe explain
that- Was that in January in Riverside?
Might have been.
I'm pretty sure.
Juan,
You guys
what,
hear
what,
me?
what was the show where you?
Yeah, we can hear
Juan,
you.
what was the show where you? Yes, we can hear you. When was the show where you body checked that guy during Passiflora? Was that Riverside in January at the skate shop?
No, that was in Moreno Valley. You remember he kept on
Oh.
bugging? He was like drunk. He was stepping on you and he was kicking the mic to your mouth. He wouldn't leave.
Oh, damn.
Where in Moreno Valley? Where?
It was on the street Meyer, the Blue House.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That house.
Yeah, Yeah, the skate shop show you're thinking of was when the guy thanked Juan for taking his beer away from him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one
That
you're
is
thinking
the
about.
He's like, no, yeah,
That's
thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
No, I wanted you to take it. I was.
I was gonna drop it on him, you know.
Someone needed
So-
to stop me. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But
he was like
I
dropping
do
that kind of
remember that
everywhere. It was making a mess. Yeah.
Dang.
All right,
Oof.
well,
Fun.
I think we have one final message here, or one final question from chat. This is from Carmen. What is your most memorable / favorite show that you guys have done that you can remember?
Wow.
Someone else go first.
Obviously, the show at the range in
Oh,
February
dude.
29th, 2020. Just off the
leap
top of
year
my
show.
head.
The anniversary for
Yeah.
that one. Anniversary for that one won't happen for another 4 years.
Damn.
Damn.
That's deep.
That's deep.
Uh,
I need to think.
Carmen's my girlfriend. Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi,
you
Carmen.
guys are dating.
Hey, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Dane, do you have a girlfriend?
I think one of the
Can we not
coolest
press
shows we
this,
played
please?
was
Wait, Juan is trying to speak. Let's.
Juan is trying to talk, Pedro, and you're interrupting.
you guys remember that? You guys remember that show at the concert lounge? The first one we did.
Are you talking about
Oh, yeah.
The Halloween one?
Concert lounge.
First one.
First one. Who played?
We played 2 at the concert lounge. We did one with the Red Pears, and we did one with Kicked Off the Streets and Delete Insert.
I mean, they were both cool, but the first one was especially. The first one was especially cool
one-
because that was our first time.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
I would argue that honestly, like my favorite show, I think that we've done so far ever, just in terms of like the whole experience and like how like it affected me, was the second concert lounge show, the Halloween one, because we got to dress up as Star Wars characters. And there were so many people there, and like they came to see us, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "This is great." And like, because the first one, like, there was a lot of people there. It was really fun. It was a really fun show, and there was a lot of people there too. But like, like you can chalk that up to like, oh, they like us and they came for us, but they would have come anyway because they came for the Red Pears. The Red Pears are awesome, But with this second concert lounge show, like it felt a bit more like we earned it. Like we earned it a bit more. Like these people came to see us. And, like I don't know. Like I said, like we were dressed up as Star Wars characters, and we came out to the Star Wars music, and like we played like this really energetic set, and like I was crowd surfing, and like everyone got into it. They were jumping around, and like I don't know, like seeing everyone in their costumes and stuff. It was a really fun show, and like that one I think is the one that stuck with me the most. Stuck with me. I don't know about the rest of those fools.
Well, it's not surf rock unless you're crowd surfing. So
True.
Oh, there it is.
True.
Yeah.
I probably say like memorable. I mean, just kind of off the top of my head, it's just because it's always gonna stick with me. Just not. It wasn't necessarily particularly good, but I always remember it because it kind of set the tone for the band. But it was this time we had to play at a coffee shop in Fullerton, and
Nice.
we
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you
yeah,
were
we were
gonna say that.
we were supposed to, we're playing, we're setting up or whatever, and Archie's again mic'd up, and he starts asking if there's a PA and if there's reverb, and we're just kind of waiting around because there wasn't anyone handling that, and then this guy just kind of
There's,
comes out of the out of the coffee shop somewhere, out of some corner.
Out
It
of
was
the
really
woodwork,
dark. Yeah.
They're all dressed like Kurt Cobain. They're all
Yeah.
dressed like Kurt Cobain.
And he comes out really loud, disgruntled moan and groan, like he's like, ah. And he goes and he goes and he gets to the traverses to the wherever the PA system is. He starts seeing. He's like, yeah, bro, yeah. And then he's all like, no, yeah, bro, it's a PA. You gotta work what you got, okay? Like, and we're just
Wow,
like,
what's your favorite show, Pedro?
I was like, is there a PA here? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, where? And then he's like, on either side of the drummer. Like he was yelling for, like he hadn't made his trek across like the 15 feet of the coffee shop yet. He hadn't started his long, arduous journey yet. He was just yelling at me. He's like, it's on either side of the drummer, and I'm like, okay, is there
Okay, it's dark.
like, is it
no
possible to
lights.
get reverb on there? Is there reverb on this? And that's when he let out his long sigh, and he kind of stomped over, and like he didn't even try. Honestly, he looked at it, and I think just looking at it frustrated him so much that he just kind of threw up his hands, and he was like, oh, it's a PA, bro. You got to work with what you got. We're like, okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
That's how you get people to come
Like
back.
That's it, you know. And I'm not saying that's my favorite show. I'm just saying that's the most memorable to me, just because it stuck with me ever since we played it. And
and not only that, the 5 people that were in that room, like as soon as we started playing, dude, they all got up. Like they seriously made the effort to get up out of their seats that were there, and they just left. They stood outside smoking.
Jesus.
Like
yeah,
it was. That was back in 2017. That was one of our earlier shows.
but
And
you know,
and the guy who set up the show, he wasn't paying bands, but he felt so bad for us that he ended up.
truly.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that you know, it's a PA. You gotta work what you got. You know, every show now. You know, you just kind of gotta settle for whatever. You know, regardless. You know, and in that sense, we were playing a lot of backyard shows, so it just fit everything. We were playing all these shows that didn't even have PA systems, so we're just like, well, self-sufficient. You know, we started bringing our own amp to you know make up for that, so that way we wouldn't have to depend on that stuff.
For the microphone, yeah.
Yeah. So like all of that stuff literally just happened, you know, because I mean, not happened because of that, but I feel like it definitely helped push us to have that like mentality, like, well, yeah, you got to work with what you got, you know, so just push it out.
Rolling
Just
with the
do it.
punches, you know, never really letting all of like the bad things that could happen affect us so much. You know?
Like
we'll just
like
we're here to play the show, so we're gonna play the damn show.
and like that obviously could have like been a bit more negative. Maybe you could have ruined a bit more of our moods that day or something, but we were like, well, now we laugh about it, obviously. Like now it's more of a joke, and you know, but it's still very true in terms of the sentiment and the feelings.
Definitely. Well, kind of on that tune of like, you know, making sure you're working with what you got. Is there any other specific advice that maybe you've received from another band or someone in your life that you'd like to pass on to somebody pursuing music? As we wrap up the stream here, and then after your advice, you guys can kind of let the people what's going on with you guys. If there's new music coming out, what else you have in development?
Diego, you go.
All right. Well, I mean, as far as like just general advice,
Diego, you go.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I mean, just like definitely doing it for the music. That should always be like the number one thing. Especially starting off, it can be very rough. You need a lot of patience for sure. You're gonna probably drive out like to the middle of nowhere to play to like 2 people, and not get paid, and go back like at 3 in the morning when you have work at 9 the next day, and like that's probably not gonna just happen once, you know, but like sometimes it is just kind of taking that, like, you know, taking these risks, taking these like measures to really go out there and do it yourself, because ultimately you can't rely on someone to do everything for you. Like it's cool to have help, it's cool to have a team somewhere down the line, but like I mean we're pretty much all like pretty self-sufficient at the time being. Like I mean it's just kind of just going out and doing it, like not being scared to do it, I think, and and really, you know, just pushing for whatever it is that you want to create with it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Someone else go.
Juan, I think Juan should say something because Juan said not enough somethings.
I did. Okay. If you're trying to like start,
there it is.
You know, like make sure you're friends with your bandmates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
really important. You can't be in a band with people you're not friends with.
make sure you enjoy your time with your bandmates and stuff. Or go on tour. You're gonna live with these people. You're gonna share food and soaps
Bathrooms.
and
Yep.
stuff. Yeah, bathroom. You're
Yeah.
gonna share all this stuff with
Underwear.
share underwear.
Holy socks.
Yeah, Juan
You gonna do
regrets it.
laundry with them?
He hates
Brushes.
Toothbrush.
Together.
Yeah.
Don't forget toothbrush. Don't forget your toothbrush.
Shavers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
shavers. You know. And you know that stuff doesn't work out with people. Even if you like secret, like it doesn't work. It's detrimental to like the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well said.
you gotta be friends with your band. Like it's not gonna work unless like you get along with people and you genuinely enjoy being around them, even if you're not playing music. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all four of us were in some form contact with each other before we even started. Like
Mhm.
we had all met each other. We wouldn't hang out together, but when we started hanging already, or at the very least, acquainted. What's so funny, Pedro?
It's just
What are you laughing at?
you're cutting out a couple times. At least on my end, I don't
The
know.
message got its way through.
Yeah,
It did. It really
I was gonna
did.
say we've helped.
So
We were
it's
helping you out.
little
You know?
Yeah, that's what we were doing. That's what we weren't talking over you. We were trying to convey a message that you.
Okay.
It definitely
Good,
found
thank
its
you.
way through.
But yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, definitely.
See,
Be friends.
That's part of it. That's part of having friends in a band.
Be able to laugh with them like how we're laughing right now.
Nice.
Laughing at you,
Okay.
Being
no,
able to
not-
laugh at them.
yeah.
Yes, at them.
Yes at them.
Always at them.
Ah, dang.
Yes,
Well,
at them.
heard it here first.
All
I
right.
seriously doubt this is the first time this has ever been said by us.
What? What?
At
Say
them.
it.
I said yes at them. That's what I
Okay.
meant. That's what I was talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was very confusing.
yeah.
Well, what else do
honestly.
you guys have coming up in the near future? What can people
Oh, yeah, that's right.
be looking forward to?
Mm.
Ooh.
So because of the whole pandemic and stuff, we're because of the whole pandemic and stuff, we're likely postponing like our upcoming album because
Mhm.
we want that to be like a bit more like engaging when it comes out. We don't want to just be like, hey, here's our album, listen to it. We want to be able to put it out and like play it for people. So we're gonna hold off on that for just a little bit, but we are planning on a couple singles by the end of this year that are not going to be part of the album, just because we want to get something out there and like
Right.
I don't know, something new, something that people haven't heard before, like
From us.
at a show, because like it's being written like right now, you
Mhm.
know. So it's like
Yeah.
something, because like a lot of the songs that are coming out on the album, you know, we've played them at one time or another, most of them at least at a show, you know. But these new singles that we plan on having out sometime before November, you know, they're gonna be brand new.
Fresh.
Awesome.
Brand spanking.
New content.
Thank you all so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
greatly.
having us. We really
Thank you
appreciate
you
it.
guys for having us.
It's quite the pleasure, you guys.
Honestly.
Such a pleasure. I mean,
Thank
if
you, Maddie. Thank you,
if you
Logan.
aren't a Patreon supporter, you can support us on Patreon and have a chance to come ask questions to the band next time live with us. So that's a pretty cool opportunity. You can check us out. All of our links are in the description. All of these guys' links will be in the description. They're Spotify, Apple Music. If you know, some of us don't have either of those, so links to where you can buy CDs from them will be there too. All that good stuff.
Yes.
They're a part of our Discord server now, so if you want to annoy them, ask them to play online games with you, or whatever it is
Or
that
just send me.
you want to do with the band.
Or just,
Just
send
send
me.
memes
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
great too. But
Yes.
thank you all for
Are you could
joining
ask
us on
for
the
our
show.
personal phone numbers? And we'll be like,
That
no.
too. That may be a little bit intrusive, but that's,
All right.
that's
Phone
welcome.
number. Go ahead and text me, guys. Here you go.
Good. Yes, this is me, Tony Hawk. Text me. Game.
Yes, this is Archero. Text this number.
That was too quick.
Guitar. Guitar.
However, thank you again so much for joining us. Thank you guys for asking questions in the chat. I look forward to the next time we get to see you guys in person. Hopefully come through and play another show soon. But yeah.
Thank
That'll
you
do
for
it this
having
stream.
us. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us. Thank you guys for watching and
thanks so
asking
much.
questions. We really appreciate
Honestly,
all you guys
super
watching.
fun. Yes.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Much love.
Alright, until next time, everybody. Goodbye.
One love.
Voila.